Just before I think of supper.
Just nodded off for a moment there.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb. Ah, excellent find.
Let's take it easy today. Our activity.
This way, if you please.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
Tell is, Vermund was once a beastring.
Welcome, good sir. My services lie in the styling of hair and the painting of faces. Should you so desire, I can help you find your truest self. Would that I was kept half as busy as I once was. Hope to see you again. Do stop and have a look. I've wares of every ilk.
Time to be heading home.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
Welcome to Bjorn's Armory. You'll find only pieces of the finest quality line these shelves. And quality's what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, just remember, misers die early deaths. Many thanks. I appreciate the business.
No purchases to be made today, I see. I just hope the shopkeep understands. The Arisen is ever prudent in the application of coin.
Gather round, gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller.
Oi there, friend. Care to help a fellow out? All I ask is that you hear my request. What have you got to lose? My thanks, sir. As to the matter at hand, it concerns my ox cart business. I've been holding off service on account of all the monsters on the road, but now I feel prepared to start making trips to Melv again. Only trouble is, there are still monsters about, and I can't help but worry for the safety of the carts. That's where you come in. See, I've got a letter here from Lady Margit, the Watchhead's wife, to be delivered to one Sir Leonard in Melv. I'd like you to accompany the cart in my stead and see to it that the letter reaches its recipient. What say you, friend? Splendid! I knew I was right to put my faith in you. Now, the carts only depart at certain hours of the day, but I find that time flies when I take a seat at the station to wait. And mind you, don't forget to pay your way before you board. That's standard practice, and I would advise against trying any funny business. Each cart travels with an escort of trained soldiers, see? In case it encounters any monsters out on the road. So anyone thinking of riding for free will have to take the issue up with them. But enough of my lecturing. Just make sure that letter gets to Sir Leonard, then come find me when the job's done. Oh, and I'll pay your fare this time, seeing as you're doing me a favour and all. Come find me when you've delivered that letter. I'll be waiting to hear from you.
We've a delivery to make, 'twould seem.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier. Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
This ox cart's bound for Melv. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
Still a while to go before the shift's over.
I've got to focus. My shift's only just begun.
That'd be stale.
Fire upon you! Light your lantern, Master. A Cyclops! Ice is not a threat to it. We may have to rethink our strategies. Let my magic infuse your weapon with the fury of the elements. Where you do not succumb to frostbite.
Trevo Mine is but a stone's throw from here. I can guide you there if you wish.
This ox cart's bound for Melv. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier. Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
We've got goblins!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
It's this way.
This is generally used as a material. I'm sure we'll find it. I grant you roaring flame.
We'll pull through yet.
Well done! I'm not going to take that from you.
Oh, went well.
Where are you going?
Wearing armor.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
No harm in picking a few. We have reached our destination.
If we've the item in hand, we ought not keep the recipients waiting.
We need only pass our burden into the hands that await it. I quite agree.
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhaps his time I went looking for. That's his ways. Yet if aught were to befall him, it was.
Here at the inn, we also offer changes of vocation for those who seek it. I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something?
Always a pleasure.
These writings could be of import.
Shall we take a closer look?
He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for him. That place puts my ears on it. Yet if aught to befall him, what am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for him. That place puts my ears on it. Yet if aught were to befall him, I couldn't live with myself. Is that you, Norbert? Oh, fie. I got my hopes up for naught. Wait, listen. Would you be willing to search for my brother? The brave fool said he was going to look for herbs and went off into the forest. I've seen no sign of him since. I'd go and search for him myself, only... it is a dangerous place. Understand? I'm not afraid of monsters, but 'twould hardly help anything if I were to run in there unprepared and get myself hurt now, would it? So I thought, mayhap you'd go in my place. You look like you could manage those woods better than I. Please, sir, I worry for my brother. Many thanks. Right. As for where I think he's gone, go into the forest and turn when you reach the tree with the bird's nest, keeping the cliff to your right. Ah, this won't work, will it? I could see the route in my mind's eye, but my feet know it better than I do. I don't think I could plot it on a map, and 'tis hard to describe, but my brother and I are the only ones who use that path to my knowledge. I suppose there's only one thing for it. I'll have to show you the way. Just be alert. The monsters of the forest have changed since the dragon's attack. I'll need you to watch over me, keep me safe. You will, won't you? Right. In we go then. My life's in your hands, friend.
Our aid is required, Master. Let us depart with due haste. Tis a ladder. Shall we see where it leads?
Ah. Excellent find.
Spend all day here.
Well met, sir. How might I be of service? I'd best sweep and dust before I open this.
I'll go and open the chest.
Time to get back to work.
Not much going on.
Hale, if you've a moment to spare, I'd like a word. As you can see, we're rebuilding, a task that can always benefit from another pair of hands. What say you? Would you be willing to help? Excellent. You're a good sort. I'll not soon forget this. Here's what I need from you. A bask of saurians has made their nest outside the village. Though they're yet to cause any harm, their proximity makes the villagers uneasy. I'd like to enlist your aid in driving them away. I've prepared some explosive casks and left them by the village entrance. Use them to send the saurians scattering.
Saurians are monsters of fearsome strength, 'tis true. But I've yet to meet a foe that explosive casks can't scatter.
You have my support.
Come to think of it, different masters favour different pawns. One whom I served preferred to have beastrons for allies.
Fascinating.
Always sets me to think of this place.
Aye, what can I do for you? Ah, a letter from Lady Margaret, you say? It's a fair way you've come, then. My thanks. She's a kindly sort, I must say. We met when I worked with her husband, Sir Gregor, on one occasion. Now she's taken to inquiring after my health at the turn of every season.
Don't we have a report to make, Master?
Where are you going?
are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
The creature's corpse will serve us well.
Go right ahead.
I don't like this place at all. It's rather peaceful here, isn't it? I'll take the peace and quiet over a horde of enemies any day. This is a good spot. Let's stop here a moment. I've camped here with my brother many a time. No doubt he caught his breath here before moving on, same as us. Not like a feast to get you ready for bed. Agreed. We ought to give ourselves a chance to recover ere we continue on our journey. Follow me. We ought press on, lest aught befall my brother.
If I might be so bold as to speak my... mind. If you mean to find Sir Norbert, methinks I know where to look. I can guide you to the vicinity of our destination, Master.
Follow me. We ought press on, lest aught befall my brother.
You'll never reach our destination if you continue in that direction, Master. But I suppose I can guide us there later.
'Tis not for us to gainsay the Arisen's judgment. We must go where we are bid. I would have preferred not to have to fight so soon. But at least I know I am up to the challenge. We must not let down our guard. Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. Think nothing of it. Splendid.
My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait a moment.
You wish me to return? At once, Master.
Can anyone hear me? Please! I need help!
I'll turn you into a pincushion!
My grant you fire's blades! Use it well!
That's it! I'd thought I was done for.
Ah, it was a near thing. How are you feeling?
I think I'll be all right. But if you hadn't come for me, Thanks, Ian.
Save your thanks, Norbert. I'm your brother. And I ought to have come sooner.
From where I'm standing, all that matters is that you made it in time. Anyway, I'm eager to be rid of this place. Let's return to the village, shall we? The sooner the better. I've got to deliver these medicinal herbs to the people who need them.
Ah, you'll hear no complaints from me. Let's be off then.
Let us proceed with caution, keeping an eye on our charge at all times.
You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use.
Look, Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
I've a knack for gathering items, and am ever on the hunt for new finds. I'll gladly try out any useful mechanisms I espy.
At least I go knowing I fought to the best of my ability.
Let us work together to honor the Arisen's trust.
I thought you might like this, so I picked it up. Here you go. I'll wager I could make that shot.
You cut quite the hunter's figure.
Back at last. That was an ordeal.
Aye, I'm exhausted, but I can rest after I've delivered these herbs. I'll be back soon.
Good on you. Just take care, all right? You wonder why I don't follow him? So long as he stays away from that forest, he'll be fine on his own. When my brother told me he was going to fetch those herbs, I refused to join him. Said it was too dangerous. What with the monsters acting strangely of late. And I was right. But mayhap none of this would have happened had I only gone with him. My brother is always the one taking the initiative, while I stand around with my hands in my pockets. But today's misadventure showed me that the path forward is the one with fewer regrets. Even when you can't be. We managed to save Norbert. And perhaps that's all that matters. Still, I can't help but wonder if I couldn't have spared him some of the pain and fear he suffered. If I'd only steeled myself sooner. So from now on, I'm going to trust in my own instincts. Never again will I let fear stop me from doing what I know to be right.
Sir Ian was rather hard on himself, methinks. He saved his brother just as much as we did. Trevo mine is but a stone's throw. From here. I can guide you there if you wish.
That Lady Margaret's a kindly sort. We met when I worked with her husband, Sir Gregor, on one occasion.
This way, if you please.
Well, that appears to have sent some of the beasts reeling, at least. To finish the job, I'd have you drop a jar of poison into their nest. With any luck, the Saurians will realize that they chose a perilous spot and steer clear of the village boundary in future. But pray, take care not to drop it in the river. The villagers use that water on a daily basis. You must make sure your aim is true. Are we clear? Good. You'll find the jars of poison just outside the village. Toss one into the Saurian's nest, and your task is done.
A single jar of poison ought to send those Saurians packing. Only do be mindful not to spill any on yourself, Master. A new destination calls to you, I take it. Say no more. I look forward to seeing where you take us.
The Arisen decides our path. We have but... Well done, Master. Those Saurians shan't dare approach the village for some time, thanks to your efforts.
Such moments make me proud to serve the Arisen.
You've done as I asked, I see. Many thanks for your efforts. And I must say, you've a fine arm. I couldn't have done better myself. Watching you got me thinking. Mayhap you've the sense to inherit the skills I possess. Or perhaps 'tis a little early for such talk. In any event, thanks to the work you've done for us today, the rebuilding efforts ought to proceed apace. And for that, I'm grateful.
That's that then. A resounding success.
A laudable result. Just what I would expect of the Arisen.
What will our next adventure have in store for us, I wonder?
Time to be heading home.
I hope the weather holds. I'll seek out a town I've yet to visit.
Always sets me to